Hi, I'm Tracy Cardwell from LPCiminelli and the host of the Buffalo Public Schools renovation program, Making It Happen. The Making It Happen show is a monthly news show that brings you information about the construction at each Buffalo Public School, along with opportunities for minority and women business enterprises and opportunities for our Buffalo Public School students. The Making It Happen show is produced by LPCiminelli, and LPCiminelli is the program manager for the renovation program. You know what? Today we have got a jam-packed show for you. And right now I am standing at school number 59, which is also known as the Science Museum Magnet School. And a little bit later, we're going to have the project manager, Robin Moody Loggins, take us around to show us exactly what's going on here, because this is a Phase 5 project. And, you know, as you can see, there's some things happening here. They're at the beginning stages, but I can't wait for you to see where they're at right now. But first, we want to show you a rebroadcast of a show that we did back in 2011 over at one of our other schools, where we talked about our district-wide technology piece. It's something that we wanted to re-show you guys because we understand how important it is that parents, staff, and students feel safe in the newly renovated schools. Then we're going to head over to LPCiminelli headquarters, where our Business Survival Series took place, and Axa Financial Advisors was our guest speakers. And last but not least, we're going to show you highlights of a field trip that a few of the Buffalo Public Schools students were treated to, compliments of LPCiminelli, to attend an evening with opera legend Kathleen Battle. So I'm so glad you tuned in. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Back, and we're standing here at school number 54, which is the Dr. George E. Blackman School of Excellence. Now, we were here several months ago, and I could tell you firsthand, this school has gone through tremendous transformation. They will be celebrating their grand opening just next month, so I can't wait to bring you back when we see the students and the staff come back. But today we're going to talk about district-wide technology. And joining me today is the district-wide technology project manager for LPCiminelli, Michelle Smith, along with the project superintendent, Joe Tillman, and right from Johnson Controls, their fire and security technician, Gaston Custer. I'm so sorry, Gaston. It's like a tongue twister for me. But thank you so much for joining us today, because I know you have an important role as it relates to the district-wide technology piece. First, I want to start with Michelle. Michelle, thank you so much for joining me today. And I got to tell you, I have learned so much about district-wide technology. I've heard it throughout the duration of the entire school program. But to get more detailed, as you and I have been talking over the past few weeks, I'm like, wow. And it's something that I believe that the community should be aware of, what's actually going into each and every one of these newly renovated schools.
Right, district-wide means just that.
Exactly.
District-wide, in every building throughout the district, we've brought upgrades to the buildings through technology.
Now, when I think about technology, you know, I'm thinking very top of the trees, a computer, a phone, you know, what more is there to it?
Well, everything, as we know, is electronic, wireless, you name it today, right?
That's right.
So in phase 1 of our renovations, starting almost 10 years ago, we upgraded telephone systems throughout all of the buildings. The next phase brought in the technology of interactive whiteboards. Along with those phases, during those phases also was upgrades to the actual classroom setting, where we brought the infrastructure for computers so that we could have actual computer workstations in every classroom for the students, up to 5 workstations per classroom. Another phase of district-wide technology brought in a security upgrade to the buildings, which, you know, is very important to keep our students and staff safe at all times. And we're continuing with that security upgrade today with added access control for the buildings, and we can talk about that more.
I know, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Now, we're here at School 54 because we want to talk about the security component. And we're gonna break away so we can take our places, because we're gonna give you a little demonstration as it relates to having access to the building, seeing all these nice little security cameras to keep our children safe, because ultimately in this day and age, you know, you want to know that your children are in a safe place when you send them off to school.
It's very important.
Exactly. So, okay, don't go away. We'll be right back. Okay, right now we are in the office at School 54, and we have Mr. Gaston here, and he's going to be our office clerk for today.
No problem.
Right? Okay, he's going to show us, first of all, the workstation, correct, Michelle?
Yes.
Okay, why don't you explain that a little bit? And while, you know, Michelle and Gaston and I are talking about the workstation, I'm going to ask Joe to be our visitor for today. You're a visitor today. So I'm going to ask you, can you make your way down the hall to the outside door? And you got to wait there, buzz, and we'll let you in.
Okay.
Okay? So we'll see you in a little bit. All right.
Okay.
What do we have here?
Well, throughout the district, at every school office, we've been able to equip them with a security workstation.
Okay.
Through this workstation, it enables us to see the floor plan, and we can talk about this after we've demonstrated the access controller allowing visitors to enter the building. But on this floor plan, the office staff, they have the ability to see what is going on at each of the exterior doors.
Okay.
Typically during the school day, the doors remain locked. And through this workstation, they have the ability to see if any door has been propped open, left open, and should not have been opened at any time throughout the day.
Right.
So we can monitor or see that. It's see that through this workstation. And also this workstation allows us to work with our 42-inch monitor,
Which is nice.
our monitor here that allows us to see, once again, the visitors as they enter the building.
Okay. And the screen that we're looking at now, it has, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different views, starting from the exit or the entrance outside near the parking lot.
Exactly. The views show us the progression of that individual from the entry point. Typically there's one, maybe 2 entry points where visitors are allowed into the building, and there's usually signage indicating that this is the doors you should go to for entry into the building. Hello? May I help you? Yes, you may. Please follow the signs to the main office.
All right, and then now we have the, now what's important is signage also.
Yes.
Right.
As you can tell, he came in through this door here. Now we're watching him progress down the corridor. And these are the standard views that are up on this monitor, so we know they should be coming down this corridor, continuing down. This is a continuation of that corridor up there. He's continuing down. We're not losing sight of him. And then he will be coming around the corner.
All right.
And here he is.
And he made it.
Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Throughout a typical day, you know, staff does leave the building. Or in the morning, they're coming in. The doors are locked. You don't want to have to buzz every single staff member into the building. So what we've done on certain access points, we've installed what's called a proximity reader or card reader.
Okay.
And the staff have been issued access cards. They can simply swipe their card and
Pretty
the door
much
will,
like this one?
just like this here. so they can swipe their card at the entrance and it will unlock the door from them. So once again, unless you're authorized or you have a card to gain entry.
Wonderful.
Exactly.
This is exciting. So parents, it's good to know that when you send your children to school, they are in a secure place. I'd like to welcome everyone here. Welcome to LPCiminelli headquarters. I'm Tracy Cardwell. I also want to thank Dolly for bringing the Business Survival Series with Axa Financial Advisors to us today.
I would like to welcome you to the Business Survival Series. This is actually session 3 today. We have a great crowd here. It's great to see a lot of new faces and a lot of familiar faces. So actually today, what we're going to do, we're going to have a great presentation from Axa Advisors. I am very excited to have them here today. We have Linda Banks. She's MBA registered representative from Axa Advisors. And we have Mark King. Mark King is going to touch base on retirement planning and financial stability. Okay, and what I would like to start with now is to go around the room, and we want to do introductions, because not just it's about keeping yourself sustainable. We all get so busy within our business. We have our product, we have a service that we provide, but these are the things that we need. We need to know about our financials, about savings, life insurance.
I have also had the pleasure to work with a number of small business owners throughout the years, dealing with the myriad of issues that we're going to share with you today. And I've also had the distinct pleasure of, from the nonprofit side, I've been president of the Board of Advisors for the American Cancer Society. I'm on the board for the Community Health Center of Buffalo. I'm also on the board for the Community Health Worker Network of Buffalo. So as you can see, I try to give back as much as I possibly can on the volunteer side and to stretch my brand and activism, but also just stay active with specialization on my professional side.
With Axa Advisors, I am from the Buffalo area, graduate of Canisius College 2 times for undergrad as well as my MBA. I've been in financial services now for 12 years. Prior to joining AXA 2 years ago, I was at HSBC for most of my financial services career. I've been licensed for 10 years, and like Mark, I try to give back into the community. I am involved with the Cultures of Giving Legacy Initiative, which is a wonderful group focused on helping youth in the area. I'm also on a small business advisory board with Senator Kennedy, and then a lot of other things within my church, which is St. John Baptist Church. I am happy and honored to be here to present to you today, and I can assure you 3 things. 1, we will be brief. 2, we will be informative. And number 3, it will be time well spent. How's that?
Great.
We don't want to overwhelm you. We don't want to unsettle you. But we do want to make sure we share with you an acknowledgement of the tremendous amount of responsibility and also the level of difficulty that you have to manage. You might have a Roth IRA. You might have savings. Everyone here should have, at least for liquidity's sake for their family, 3 to 6 months worth of their salary in savings. This is absolutely critical. Everyone manages debt, real estate, 401k, long-term care, life insurance, your business, disability, investment, SEPs, budget. We are the head coach for all these things. What we do is we say, listen, if you have all this jungle full of issues, somebody needs to organize and plan those issues. We're going to use the word strategy over and over and over again.
How many business owners have either partners or what we would consider a key or critical employee who's critical to their business? Partners or key employees? Okay, excellent. Those are very important things. Welcome. Okay, in your pamphlets, we have a great marketing piece, and this is yours to keep. These are the 2013 guidelines and choices for retirement plans for business owners. And what's nice is that you really have quite a large selection, including the payroll deductible IRA that Mark briefly mentioned, that you can choose from. Simple IRA. It talks about eliminating the ADP and ACP testing. Those are non-discriminating and compliance components. When you set up retirement plans, there is an onus on the business owner to ensure that they are both compliant with whatever the rules are for the plan, as well as non-discriminating against individual employees that you have. So not choosing to fund one employee for retirement and not the other. So there are,
We don't talk about the traditional IRA, but the traditional IRA has a lot more options for the individual. You can actually take an individual traditional IRA and go into a CD. One stop. You can go into it with a treasury. You could use it for e-bonds. And lastly, I can't stress enough to you how important it is to focus on risk management. The younger you are, the less costly it is. But risk is just absolutely crippling. These are some of the risks. We have risk of death, disability, long-term care, interest rate, currency, market fluctuation, credit. Everywhere you turn, you deal with risk. This risk has to be managed. You can't blindly go into any business field and not understand what happens if you have too much inventory. What happens if currency rates change? What happens if the cost of the raw materials in your products increase significantly? I mean, we had this, what happens if where some of the ingredients came from, there is some uprising in that segment of the world where you can't gain access to those? Take care of your business, you gotta take care of your families. You got to take care of your families. Anybody else? I want to thank you so much. I appreciate your attention. I hope this was worthwhile to you.
Hoping that this session today raised your awareness on what's out there besides just your product and your service. We want to keep ourselves healthy and sustainable so that we'll be around to run our businesses and that our families will be fine also.
Buffalo Public School students were treated to a special evening with opera legend Kathleen Battle at the world-famous Kleinhans Music Hall. Students from Buffalo Academy for the Visual and Performing Arts, McKinley High School, Burgard High School, Build Academy, and Herman Badilio Bilingual Academy were transported to Kleinhans to enjoy an evening of spirituals. Through song, Miss Battle explored the history of the railroad trail that led thousands of slaves to freedom. This concert celebrates the 50th anniversary of Young Audiences of Western New York. Their mission is to make the arts a part of young people's lives in order to enhance their development as creative and productive human beings. LPCiminelli, President and CEO of LPCiminelli and Chairman of the Board of Trustees for the Buffalo Philharmonic Orchestra, was proud to sponsor the transportation of the Buffalo Public School students to an event they will all surely remember. Hey guys, we are back, and right now I am standing with two of my favorite people. I'm standing next to Project Manager Robin Moody Loggins and Project Superintendent Mr. Lee Jackson, and we are at school number 59. That's the Dr. Charles Drew Science Magnet School, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yes, right. You know what? You guys are doing a lot over here.
Yes.
And where are we right now? Where are we standing?
Right now, we're on level 2 of the existing building. Behind us, we have the library, which is going to be open space, a library looking directly into the Science Museum, which we're connected directly to, so that makes the project a little unique.
Yes, it does. It does, and I'm seeing that there's a lot that's going to happen. I mean, these are going to be like classrooms that I'm seeing.
Yes, this was kind of an open classroom environment similar to like the waterfront.
Okay.
So we're going through and we're enclosing the classroom space, making separate classrooms.
Okay. Okay. All right. And what's the size of each classroom? Do we know that?
About 700 square feet?
They vary a little bit because of the radius,
Okay.
you know, so they're not really consistent. It's all exactly the same.
Right.
But they're probably between 600, 700, something like
Yeah,
that.
plus or
probably.
minus, yeah.
And what's extremely unique about this particular school is because it is connected.
Yes, directly to the Science Museum. So that makes it a little challenging.
Yeah.
Because the Science Museum, it's kind of like being in an occupied school.
Right.
You know, but you have the Science Museum right next door, people coming in, so we have to kind of really be aware of parking situation and just making sure that, you know, contractors are aware of what's going on. So it's a challenge, but it's been working great.
Of course, and you guys are used to challenges.
Yes.
You know, you guys know, I just want to refresh everybody's memory. You know, this is the team that just came off of school number 81.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And how long were you guys over at that school?
About 2.5 years?
Probably
Yeah.
a little over
Plus
2
or
years.
That was a beautiful school. You
Yeah,
guys
it turned
did
out really well.
Amazing, amazing job. So I know the people here at School 59 feel very fortunate to have you guys working here.
So far, so good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're enjoying it.
I know you are.
2 days, but we're enjoying it.
Best 2 days ever, right?
Exactly. Now the project started in October,
October, yep.
of 2012.
Yes.
And it will be completed in February of 2014.
Yep.
And the project overall cost is
Roughly $6 million.
$6 million. $6 million project. That's awesome. Okay, what else are we going to see today?
We'll just kind of walk through, just look at some of the classrooms.
Okay.
The stud partitions in progress and so on and so forth, and the mechanical, things like that.
All right. Robin, why don't you tell us what are the grade levels for the classes here at this school?
3rd grade to 8th grade.
Okay, and right now we're standing in what, like a typical
This is a typical classroom.
classroom? Okay, and what can the students expect in the classroom?
New millwork computer counter, you know, flooring, painting, ceiling tiles, and then you have the lockers that are inside and they're getting refurbished.
Okay,
Probably a new teacher station,
Yep, new teacher
depending
station.
what the function of the classroom is.
And
Nice.
whiteboards in all
Okay.
classrooms.
so the lockers are going to be inside each classroom?
We have small lockers inside some of the classrooms, but there are also lockers in the corridors as well.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's cool. Okay, what else is going to be happening here?
This is one of the few schools throughout the district that is air conditioned.
Okay.
And so what we're going to do is go through and replace all the existing heat pumps. There's about 142 plus or minus heat pumps. So we're going through and taking those down and reinstalling those. So that's a large chunk of work.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be new temperature control, right, building
Yes.
control. It's going to be refreshing too.
You know what?
Updated.
I know one board member who will be very pleased to hear that, and that's going to be Mrs. Florence Johnson, because at every joint school construction board, that was her #1 request.
About the AC.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, because our students deserve it.
Yep. Tell her to come over to 59. They have
I
it.
will definitely let her know that. That
We've
is
got it
really
here.
good news. Yes,
Okay.
that's good news. That's very good news. Earlier, you guys were talking about the excavation that's going on outside the building. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay, there was some water damage in the basement. So what we're going to do is go around the perimeter of the building, do foundation excavation, reapply the waterproofing. We'll take off the existing waterproofing, reapply it, put drain tile down, and backfill and do some site restoration.
Okay,
I
and
believe that's in 5 locations, right, Robin?
Yep, we got 5 phases of it. Phase 1 has already been completed. That was on the east side. And phase 2, which is on the west side by the main entrance of the Science Museum, is scheduled to start February 4th.
how long does each phase take?
Depending on the size
Yeah.
and the square footage of the waterproofing has to be replaced probably close to a month, I would think. By the time
Right.
you expose it, take the old waterproof out, put the new on.
And then
backfill,
restore the
put floor
sidewalks
drain,
and things
put
like that.
Perimeter drain in,
Okay,
backfill it, and then
All right.
restore the sidewalks.
restore the
So
site.
maybe a little bit more, maybe depending on the size of it.
Okay. All right, what other exterior renovations are we doing to this building?
Exterior wise, we're getting new rescue windows. And then we are caulking the metal panels,
Okay.
cleaning and caulking the metal panels and the concrete work.
right.
So that's pretty much it.
All right, okay, so I understand, everybody understands this is the very beginning stages of the construction here.
And
So
we're the beginning stages of the last school
yes,
of phase 5.
phase 5. Yes, yes, yes.
So
yes.
it's bittersweet.
Bittersweet. It always is.
Yep.
It always is. So I'm excited.
Yep.
Because we've got a great team here working on a great school. And we'll be back. I think we're going to do this school just like we did School 81.
Okay.
We got to
Fine.
come back
Good.
and watch the progress.
That'll work.
Over time to keep the community informed, especially with the area where you guys are, right close to Martin Luther King Park.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're like a major staple here in the city.
We'll be here.
I know you will. You're not going
Yes, we will.
anywhere. You're not going anywhere. All right, thank you guys for this wonderful tour, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, take care. Thank you.
We'll be right back. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube. Go to YouTube, type in LPCiminelli's Making It Happen. There you'll be able to view all of our past and current shows. If you're on Facebook, look for our page, LPCiminelli's Making It Happen, to get any updates on opportunities or events or mentorships that's coming up. Don't forget, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, give us a call. There's the number. Thanks again for tuning in, and until next time, let's keep making it happen.